I stood before the mirror, smoothing my silvery hair, my pale blue dress, a relic from a joyful anniversary with Robert 20 years ago, hugging my frame. Today was Jason's housewarming, a milestone for my son, yet my heart churned with unease. Last week's call from him echoed in my mind, "Mom, you must come. I have something important to tell you." His voice carried a hesitation that pricked my maternal instincts. "Beth, it's Jason's day," I whispered to my reflection, trying to shake the anxiety. Robert, at 65, had left early to help with preparations, his tired eyes betraying his age but not his kindness. I adjusted my collar, memories of our younger days flooding back, and headed out. The 30-minute drive to Jason's new home in a leafy suburb gave me time to reflect. Jason's life flashed before me, his first steps, college graduation, now this cozy single-family house with blooming flowers and a welcome home sign. Pride mingled with sadness, time had slipped too fast. Parking, I heard lively voices from inside, but my stomach nodded. I rang the doorbell, and Carol, Jason's wife, greeted me. "Oh, Beth, you're here," she said, her tone colder than usual, lacking her typical warmth. Confused, I smiled and stepped into the living room. Robert was deep in conversation with a friend, Jason stared out the window, and no one acknowledged me. "Jason, congratulations, it's lovely," I called. He glanced briefly, mumbling, "Thanks," before turning away. The room felt heavy, as if I were invisible, an outsider in my son's home. Amid the coldness, a small voice broke through. "Grandma." My 8-year-old grandson, Noah, ran to me, his smile a beacon. "Noah, are you happy to see Grandma?" I asked, kneeling. He nodded, gripping my hand, and for a moment, his warmth eased the sting of the family's distance. But Robert's fleeting glance and Carol's stiff posture deepened my unease. Standing in the corner, I watched them, a growing sense that something was amiss. Noah tugged my skirt, his eyes restless. "Grandma, let's go outside," he whispered, his voice lacking its usual spark. Sensing his urgency, I nodded. "All right, let's get some air." We slipped into the garden, the fresh breeze a stark contrast to the suffocating indoors. Noah checked around, then gripped my hand, his voice trembling. "Grandma, it's dangerous. We need to run away. They're trying to take you away." My heart stopped. His fear-filled eyes told me this was no child's game, and I knew I had to act to protect us both. In the garden, Noah's small hand trembled in mine, his words, "They're trying to take you away," ringing in my ears. I knelt, meeting his wide eyes. "Noah, Beta, what do you mean? Who's taking me?" My voice stayed calm, though my heart raced. He glanced around, ensuring we were alone, then whispered, "Dad, Mom, Grandpa. They were talking last night. They said they'd put you in a home after the party, even if you don't want to." I gasped, the betrayal slicing through me. "Noah, you're sure?" He nodded, tears brimming. "I heard them. Your bags are packed in their car." His fear was raw, and I pulled him close, his small body shaking against me. "I understand, my brave boy. Thank you for telling Grandma," I said, stroking his hair. My mind spun, Jason, Carol, Robert, my family, planning to uproot my life? I stood, resolve hardening. "Let's walk quietly to my car, okay?" Noah nodded, clutching my hand as we crossed the garden, the festive voices from the house now a distant hum. At the car, I buckled Noah in, checking the rearview mirror. No one had followed. "It's okay, Beta, Grandma will protect you," I said, starting the engine. As we drove, the leafy suburb faded, and I pulled over on a quiet street, needing answers. "Noah, tell me everything you heard." He took a shaky breath. "Grandpa said he used up your money, Grandma. They need to sell your house." My grip tightened on the wheel. "My retirement funds, gone? The family I trusted, scheming?" Noah's truth was a lifeline, and I vowed to uncover their plan. Driving aimlessly, I needed a place to think. After 30 minutes, a sign caught my eye, Sunshine Cafe. Its warm glow felt like a refuge. Noah, let's take a break, I said, leading him inside. The aroma of coffee and soft sunlight calmed my nerves. We sat by a window, ordering hot chocolate for Noah and coffee for me. His small hands fidgeted, his eyes heavy with worry. Now, Beta, tell me slowly, I urged gently. Noah took a deep breath. Last night, I woke up thirsty. Downstairs, Grandpa said he used your retirement money for investments that failed. Dad was mad, saying they'd lose the house if they didn't sell yours. My coffee cup nearly slipped. Robert's flashy car, those sudden trips, my savings funded them? Noah continued, hesitant. Mom said a nursing home would solve it. They'd sell your house to pay loans. The words hit like a storm. Jason and Carol, too? My family, plotting to strip my independence? Why, Noah? I whispered, trembling. Dad said loans are tough. They're scared. Past months clicked, Jason's financial complaints, Carol's frugality. They were drowning, and I was their lifeline. Anger surged, but Noah's earnest eyes grounded me. You're so brave, Beta, I said, wiping tears. You protected Grandma. He clung to my arm. I wanted to save you. His love was my anchor. We need a safe place, I decided, starting the engine. With Noah by my side, I vowed to reclaim my life, no matter the cost. We checked into a nearby hotel, a simple room with 2 beds and a view of the town's lights. Exhaustion hit, but Noah's anxious face kept me alert. You'll go home tomorrow, Beta, I said softly. But Grandma, he started, worried. I'm strong, Noah. You're my spy now, watching everyone at home, okay? He nodded, a small smile breaking through. As he slept, I sat by the window, the betrayal sinking in. Robert, my partner of 40 years, squandering my savings. Jason and Carol, my son and daughter-in-law, planning to sell my home and confine me. The pain was sharp, but Noah's courage fueled my resolve. Yeah, Mary's in Daggy High, I whispered, vowing to fight. Morning came, and I dropped Noah at Jason's, his hug lingering. Be careful, Grandma, he whispered. I drove to a law office, meeting Jane Wilson, a lawyer recommended online. Beth, your rights are protected, Jane said, her voice steady. We'll trace the misuse of your funds. I hesitated. The house is in Robert's name. She smiled. It's likely joint property from your marriage. We'll fight for it. Her confidence sparked hope. Jane connected me with Martha, a social worker, who welcomed me warmly. Let's find you a safe place, she said. Martha arranged a stay at a senior facility, where I reunited with Eleanor, my old neighbor, now a volunteer. Beth, you're not alone, she said, hugging me. That night, in a small room, I steeled myself for the battle ahead, ready to carve my own path. The senior facility was modest but warm, with a communal garden and a library. Eleanor's presence eased my loneliness, her stories of old neighbors grounding me. Mornings, I joined her for yoga, stretching away my tension. Afternoons, I read in the library, finding solace in books. Evenings, I called Jane, who updated me, we're tracing Robert's investments. It's clear fraud. Her progress steadied me. One day, Martha visited. Beth, an affordable senior apartment's available. Want to see it? My heart lifted. The apartment was small, bright, with a park view and a cozy kitchen. This is home, I murmured, imagining a fresh start. Noah called nightly, his voice a lifeline. Dad and Mom are fighting, Grandma. Grandpa's angry, he reported. I smiled, hiding my pain. Don't worry, Beta. Just be good. His updates showed cracks in the family, but I focused on my new life. Interactions with residents, Eleanor's laughter, others' shared stories, rebuilt my confidence. I wasn't just a betrayed wife or mother, I was Beth, with dreams to chase. Jane's words echoed, asserting your rights isn't wrong. I began planning a confrontation, not to accuse, but to demand respect. Lying in my new apartment's bed, I gazed at the moon. Nayashuruit, I whispered, ready to face my family, not with anger, but with strength. The path was uncertain, but it was mine, and I'd walk it with courage, for Noah and myself. Jane called, her voice firm. The meeting set, Beth. Next week at your old home. My heart pounded, but I nodded. I'm ready. Standing at my apartment's window, I pictured facing Robert, Jason, and Carol. Anger simmered, Robert's betrayal, Jason's complicity, but I wanted clarity, not vengeance. Jane advised, state the facts, not blame. It's about your rights. Her words anchored me as I prepared, rehearsing my words, imagining Noah's hopeful eyes. The night before, I barely slept, memories of our family's happier days, Jason's graduation, Noah's birth, clashing with their deceit. The morning of the meeting, I dressed in my blue dress, its familiarity a quiet strength. Jane drove me to the house, its familiar porch stirring nostalgia and pain. Jason opened the door, his face weary. Mom, he mumbled, stepping aside. In the living room, Robert sat, head bowed, Carol tense beside him. Noah rushed to me, hugging tight. Grandma. His warmth steadied me. Jane began, outlining the misuse of my funds and the house's joint ownership. I took a breath, facing them. I trusted you all, I started, voice steady. You planned my life without me, used my money, and broke my heart. Robert covered his face, Jason's eyes dropped, and Carol's lips trembled. The room was silent, their guilt palpable, and I knew this moment would define our future, for better or worse. Robert spoke first, his voice breaking. Beth, I'm sorry. I lost your money in bad investments, trying to fix it, but I sank deeper. Jason followed, eyes down. Mom, we were wrong. We thought a home would protect you, but we didn't ask. Carol's tears fell. We ignored your feelings, Beth. We were desperate. Their words stirred anger and pity. I exhaled, steadying myself. You should have talked to me. We're family, good and bad, we share. I'm not helpless. I deserve respect. Noah piped up, Grandma's strong. His voice eased the tension, drawing small smiles. Jane explained the legal steps, Robert's fraud was provable, the house likely mine. Robert nodded. I'll repay you, Beth, even if it takes years. Jason and Carol vowed to help. Their promises lit a spark of hope, but trust was shattered. It'll take time, I said firmly. I have my own life now. Respect that. They nodded, chastened. Noah stood, declaring, let's make up. Take care of Grandma. His innocence softened the room. As we left, I hugged Noah, whispering, you're my hero, Beta. Driving back, Jane squeezed my hand. You were brave, Beth. I gazed at the setting sun, feeling lighter. The wounds were deep, but I'd claimed my voice, and that was a start. Back in my apartment, I settled into a rhythm. Robert began repayments, small but steady, a sign of his remorse. Jason and Carol visited weekends, bringing Noah, whose laughter filled my home. Grandma, I'm your spy forever, he'd say, hugging me. Their visits were cautious, our talks tentative, but genuine. I shared my hurt, they listened, and slowly, understanding grew. Eleanor joined us sometimes, her warmth bridging gaps. One evening, Robert called. Beth, dinner tomorrow? All of us? I hesitated, memories of betrayal stinging, but nodded. Yes, I'll come. It was a step, not forgiveness, but a chance. At dinner, the table was set with care, Noah beaming beside me. Robert raised a glass. To Beth's strength. Jason and Carol nodded, their eyes soft. We talked, small things, then deeper, about trust, mistakes, and healing. Noah's chatter kept it light, his love aglow. Driving home, I felt a quiet hope. The past wasn't erased, but we were building something new. My apartment, with its park view, was my sanctuary, proof I could stand alone. Noah's words, I'll protect you, Grandma, echoed, a reminder of why I fought. Yeah, Mary Kahani Hai, I thought, smiling. The road was long, but with Noah's love and my resolve, I was ready for whatever came next. Months passed and my life bloomed. Mornings, I walked the park, coffee in hand, feeling the freedom of choice. Afternoons, I volunteered with Eleanor, sharing stories with seniors, my confidence growing. Noah's weekly visits were my joy, his drawings decorating my fridge. "Grandma, you're the best," he'd say, and I'd hug him tight, his love my anchor. Robert's repayments continued, Jason and Carol's visits grew warmer, and our talks deepened, trust rebuilding slowly. One evening, on my balcony, I watched the sunset, reflecting on my journey, from betrayal to strength, from a housewarming shock to this new home. The family wasn't perfect, but we were learning. Robert's remorse, Jason's regret, Carol's efforts, they showed change. Noah's pure heart tied us together. "Naya Safar, Naya Umid," I whispered, sipping tea. My apartment, my choices, my life, they were mine, earned through courage. The pain lingered, but it no longer defined me. I was Elizabeth Harrison, mother, grandmother, survivor. As the stars emerged, I smiled, ready for tomorrow. A call from Noah interrupted my thoughts. "Grandma, can I sleep over soon?" I laughed. "Anytime, Beta." This chapter, with its challenges and hopes, was mine to write, and I'd fill it with love, strength, and the promise of new beginnings.